Ollie Hollands is at the Carlton Footy Club. They haven't won a premiership since 1995. Right now, they're in a really good. They weren't in a good position before under Michael Voss. Before he got sacked. And most thought the Blues, they're going to struggle to win it. They were struggling to win games under Voss. They were 1-8. They were terrible in first halves, in second halves. But now the Blues are showing a lot of promise. Promise under new coach Josh Fraser. That means for the sake of this rebuild, we give Josh Fraser the Carlton job full time. He's been doing great things since he became the new boss of Carlton. Maybe he's the exact sort of coach they really need. Post Ratton. Like it's say, maybe one scenario could do an AFL Live. Could be what would have happened if Fraser went to Carlton in 2011. To see how he would have fair play for them instead of going to help out a struggling Gold Coast. The Blues probably would have done all right with Fraser in the ruck in 2011 alongside Cruiser, Hampson, and Warnock. They could also go up forward if needed. He's brought a bit of that Collingwood edge without him to Carlton. He once played under Mick Moldhouse at Collingwood. Oh dear, things are not going well for Fraser in this save. Ever since he took taking the gig full time, things are not going well for Josh Fraser's Blues. Oh dear, it seems like they're playing like they're Michael Voss's team. Let's simulate the August seed results actually improve. The Blues have only just avoided the wooden spoon. Last game of the season, we get belted by Fremantle. We got to ensure we're going to win Paddy Cripps the premiership. Because he's done a lot for this club. He's done a lot to turn Carlton into a good team, into at least a competitive team. We got to repay him the favour and win a premiership with him. Let's see who were the first blood of departures in Fraser's regime at Carlton. Flynn Riley, Jordan Boyd, Wayne Dirksen, Harry Charleston, Flynn Young, and Mitch McGovern have all left. McGovern has just retired. Due to injuries and also due to age. Let's go to the free agency period to see who's going to be the first one to move to Carlton to play under Fraser. I'm currently looking around his former team, Collingwood, who he was once the assistant coach of. There is one basically might be worthy of it. But his options aren't really impressive from Collingwood. How about Gold Coast? Fraser's second team. He played for them in 2011. There's got to be one option. Oscar Adams. He would suit this Carlton team perfectly. They need a key forward to replace Charlie Curnow. How about Ben King? As he's eventually looking to go back to Victoria. Maybe he could capitalise on his opportunity. With a move down to Lygon Street. Means he'll get the trade the sun. He'll probably get the trade the sunshine of the Gold Coast. So the Coffees and Lygon Street. So he's going to be playing for 9 more years on a 9-year contract to join the Carlton Footy Club. That's the sort of bloke that Carlton really need to replace Curnow. We got Carlton are pretty active very early. Hey Riley just doing a Carlton rebuild to see how they will go with Josh Fraser being the new coach full time. As I've just brought Ben King over from Gold Coast, Oscar Adams also from the Gold Coast, but he was delisted and used to play for Glenelg. It also brought about to bring Zach Butters over from Port Adelaide to help out Paddy Cripps and Sam Walsh in that midfield. And also Jagger Smith. That is another huge signing from the Blues. Got Zach Butters as well. Who will Port Adelaide get compensation for his loss? Now we also need a ruck to man the middle and give the midfielders first look. How about maybe a bloke like Kieran Briggs? Could perfectly suit Carlton. As they need a new ruckman to replace Tom DeKining. And that's why I can't bring Silvani back to Carlton because due to his dad Stephen having a fallout with the Blues. But so I brought Briggs to Carlton as well. 3 massive signings. Hinge has gone to Geelong. Bramble's gone to Brisbane. Karmas to Essendon. Liam Stock has gone to the Crows. How did Jordan Bucks manage to snake the Crows and join the Rivals? Tom Sparrow's gone to Hawthorn from Melbourne. Mitch Lewis gone to Geelong. Oh, man, that's another snake in the Hawthorn building. Oscar Baker's gone to Sydney. Zach Bailey to Collingwood. Cade Chandler's also gone to the Pies. Gold Coast there. Gold pick 21 as compensation for losing King. GWS got picked 12 as compensation for losing Briggs. Port's got picked 14 as compo for losing Butters. In free agency. Now we head to the trade period. Carlton are doing a deal with Adelaide. So the Blues will deal Lockie Fogarty. Maybe. I'll probably maybe also go future first. Going to the Crows. But Joshua Shelley going to the Blues. He was a Carlton supporter growing up. And now he gets his opportunity to play for his boyhood club. To play next to Ben King. We'll send Blake Acres, Nick Newman, Matt Cottrell. Got to send away some not-so-quality players. As we've done a bit of a pick swap with the West Coast Eagles and sent away free players to West Coast so that Carlton could have enough space to sign some new players and possibly maybe to draft Cody Walker, the son of Andrew Walker. Under the father-son role, just going to check to see if there's any Woodville West Torrens boys who might be interested in going to Carlton. Speaking of Woodville West Torrens, I think Fremantle actually recruited one of the greatest players to ever come from the Eagles, Matthew Pavlich. I reckon that'd be a great pickup, Bobby Hill. He's had a great player-coach relationship with Josh Fraser. And also, for Woodville West Torrens, I think Carlton did actually recruit a player from Woodville West, draft a player from Woodville West Torrens back in the 90s, Scott Caparelli. He was one of the greats to come from the Eagles. He played well over 200 games to Carlton. Speaking of Carlton, well, we'll probably just send away Elijah Hollett. We'll send away Elijah Hollis' personal problems to Collingwood just to get Bobby Hill. He's had enough of Collingwood. And there's another... Just checking to see if there's going to be any more Magpies who are looking at reuniting with their former coach, Josh Fraser. Now at Carlton. Maybe Bo McCreary. He's had an awesome player-coach relationship with Fraser. And also at Allen. The Pie supporters are not going to be very happy, as they're about to lose Bobby Hill, Bo McCreary, and Ed Allen to Carlton. in return for Cooper Lord, and Elijah Holland's gone to Collingwood. And that is a done deal. What a pickup from Carlton. I reckon Bo McCreary might actually do good in Blues colours under the coaching of Josh Fraser. So he's actually raiding his old club. I think the defensive depth needs a bit of improvement. Yep, Swoop Luke. He is going to be pissed as Collingwood does traded away their star players to Carlton. He hates the Blues so much and he loves the Magpies. Speaking of Carlton, now McGovern retired. Well, maybe is it a time to bring back one of our own players? Oscar McDonald. He played for Carlton a few years ago. He showed a fair bit of promise on his debut for Carlton back in 2021 before getting delisted the next year, and now he's back. He's back at Carlton on a 3-year deal. I reckon Ben McKay might be a good. Ben McKay could be a good pickup for Carlton. Play alongside his brother Harry. We'll send pick 90 to Essendon, along with Matt Carroll. Just to reunite the McKay brothers at Carlton. Well, although the Holland brothers may be split up, but the McKay brothers are back together. Now for the Giants, we'll send Zach Williams. Yeah, he was. Nick Dacos was a Blues supporter growing up. We'll send Zach Williams and a future second just to get, well, a couple of Coppo picks, future first and future second. Get that. Possibly to get the Nick Dacos deal over the line. Look at that. Pick 5. Pick 11. Pick 12. Future first. Going to Collingwood. For Nick Dacos. Well, bad news, Collingwood. Bad news, Collingwood. They've just lost their favourite son, Nick Dacos. He's gone to the Blues. We'll send Billy Wilson also to Collingwood. Fraser is at it again. Fraser's at it again. He's loving his ride from his former club. He's got Bobby Hill, then he's got the Dacos brothers. Bo McCreary. I don't know how is he doing this. Let's go to Hawthorn. See, there's another former Magpie who's looking at a reunion with Fraser. We'll send Ashton Moyer. Campbell. That'll be another great pickup, Darcy Moore. As first, we'll be doing another trade first to possibly maybe get Jack Ginnivan. Moyer, Chesser. And I reckon we'll also send... We'll also send maybe a future second, just so we can get back in the draft. Pick 26, future first, future second. And Jack Ginnivan. Yeah, premiership window might be wide open for Carlton. And now we just added Ginnivan to the mix. And the raids continue. Darcy Moore is about to become a Blue. To play next to the core. How about to go? Oh, how about Jordan Goey to Jordan Goey? AKA the Kmart Dusty. And Braden Maynard. They've all had great player-coach relationships with Josh Fraser. In return, the Magpies are about to acquire Matt Duffy. I'm just doing a check. Well, bad news. Pendlebury's retired in this one. We'll send Matt Duffy. I reckon Rob Monahan are all gone to the Pies in return for well, half the Collingwood squad. So that way we can get back in the draft. We're gonna have to send Lewis Young and Nick Hayes on their way to Essendon for picks 32 and 52. So we can actually get in the draft. Well, they might be a great pickup, but at the same time, we need to have draft picks. So, well, maybe to at least get Cody Walker, the son of Andrew Walker. Trade period's closing. It's closed. And let's look at the draft. We don't even have a pick in the national draft. At least we got a pick in the rookie draft. Collingwood have actually... Look at that. Collingwood have just picked up a fair bit. The Magpies traded for Kyle Lyman, Jake Rogers, Jack Henderson, Jasper Olga. All just to replace their departed squad. Lipinski went to the Tigers. And they just promoted Nedl onto the senior list. Great League, Championships, Victoria, Country. Championships, Victoria, Metro. And so the Blues are going with Cody Walker, the son of Andrew Walker, in the rookie draft. Probably give him number one. Ollie Hollands is set to move to 6. Liam Reedy will give him 24. O'Farrell will move to 25. Ben King, he brings the number 4 Guernsey back to the tall forward of Carlton. Oscar Adams set to wear 11. Rochelle will wear a signature number 8. Bobby Hill will probably give him number... Might give him 19. Will Hayward's set to move to 15. 13 to Zach Butters. 20 to go to Briggs. McCreary to wear his signature 31. To going 22. Darcy Moore 28. Oscar McDonald will probably give him 38. Josh Dacos 32. Nick Dacos will give him 34. Ginnivan 33. Ben McKay 26. We'll give Maynard his old Collingwood number 37. Maybe 20. Could Josh Fraser actually with Carlton? This Carlton side it could look like a team that could bring in their first flag since 1995. Let Cripps finish his career there. Hewitt is also re-signed. I think he's got back in favour on the Fraser. Surely this is the year. This should be the year. Let's simulate till May. Let's see if Fraser really has improved the squad. We do start off with losses, but now we're starting to pick up some wins. After round 10, we're in 5th. In the mid-season draft. This will bring the former Cat, Jai Clark over to Carlton. LWL, win. Just beat a decimated Collingwood. Where have they finished on the ladder without their stars? They're 13th. Next game, we got the Western Bulldogs in the final round. Well, Ainsworth is out of the squad. We'll have to put him. He's out of favour. It's going to be out of favour because of his rating. Harry Dean. We're going to put him in instead of Ben Mackay. Chera. Yep, top six anyway, the Blues are. Chera comes in for Allen. Came so close to beating the Dogs. Anyways, we finished seventh. And we got a wildcard game against Port Adelaide. Sards out, sadly. So we'll have to recall Ben Mackay. No, but we'll probably just might recall Florent. And the Blues are gone to the finals. Port Adelaide, they're going to be watching from the couch. Elimination final. Goodbye, Brisbane. Revenge for 2023. Semi-final, Fremantle in Perth. Can Carlton kick Fremantle out? Can they kick Fremantle out of the finals? Just like Port Adelaide did for them in 2024. No, we'll have to go in for another season then. But at least Fraser's Blues are showing a lot of promise. Sam Walsh had a great year, nearly went. So did Ben King. Sard made the All-Australian team for Carlton. Now we move on to the off-season. There's only one Blue we've said goodbye to Pettinet. He's retired, and O'Keefe's been delisted. We're going to need some ruck depth to replace. We're going to need to sign another ruckman just to replace Pettinet, who's just retired. Maybe not Ryan Marshall. Maybe the Blues might raid from the Dockers. We'll send Harry O'Farrell. O'Farrell, read it. We'll have to send Liam Reedy back to Fremantle, plus a future second. Yep, can't believe in this. It's one for me. That is a shock from this one. It was actually Joe Siler who's actually retired. Anyways, I'll be back soon. Start of the time. It's back. So send, maybe not Clark. Ed Allen off the Freo. In return, the Blues are set to get Tracy, Brayshaw, Young. I reckon they actually picked up a really good player in 2028 for the Woodville West Torrens team. I reckon they might have picked up. I reckon they might have picked up. I reckon they might have picked up maybe Elijah Hollins, as I reckon he might have got delisted. Might have ended his time in the AFL in this reality. The Blues have done a massive Fremantle raid. Tracy, Young, Brayshaw, Sarong. Where the hell is Rao? Let me check to see where he is. Rao. Well, he's at Sydney. We'll send George Hewitt back to the Swans. He's sending George Hewitt back to Sydney in return for Matt Rao. I reckon they have actually picked up Stengel and Bacon as well. I reckon Woodville West Torrens might have also picked up one of the Camporelli boys, but maybe Ben and Lucas Camporelli by then. The swap deal with the Swans will send Oscar Adams and George Hewitt to Sydney for Bergman and Rao. Ollie Hollins was not enjoying seeing his brother Elijah no longer at Carlton. So he's requested a trade to the Gold Coast. Hang on a minute. From the Gold Coast in his trade, we'll send Ben Ainsworth back to the Suns. In return for Noah Anderson. And I reckon the Eagles still have Taylor Heasey in 2028. The Blues are also sending pick 15 to Fremantle. He sent away one Jay Clark, was his Jai Clark. Oh, I reckon we might actually get his older brother, Jordan Clark. Who's really good from Fremantle. I reckon the Eagles' premiership window is basically open by then. Another busy off season for Carlton. The Carlton Premiership window is still wide open. Now they've got some really good players. Enter the rookie draft pick. This is a bit confusing. Cooper Hines has been delisted by the Dogs. And now he's off to Carlton. We'll give Sarong number 3. Rowsett to get 12. Tracy 11. That was a big save from the Blue Baggers. Hayward set to get another number change for him, this time at 24. Brayshaw 25, Clark 27. Young 29, Hines 36. Bergman 40? Surely this is the year 2028 to win the Premiership. It's been 33 long years since the Blues were premiers. Could we be living in blue heaven again? They're top of the table after round 10. Now they're second due to the Dogs winning their game. I think Del Rey would be a good option for Carlton. So we're going with Jimmy. And we'll also go Caden Cleary in the mid-year draft. Those are all good pickups, Cleary and Jinby. Well, look at that. This is exact revenge for Collingwood fans holding to what had spun up at Carlton back in 2002. With Carlton absolutely belting Collingwood by 97 points. Let's adjust the lineup for this round's games. Hayward's in. Brayshaw comes in for Hollands. Let's see how Collingwood fared. So hopefully West Coast got the job done over the Power. Look at that. Carlton dominated that game against the Saints. Let's see who finished bottom. So, at least Collingwood actually finished last alongside the Eagles. That still counts as a wooden spoon for Collingwood. It's their third wooden spoon they've won. Comes to show Josh Fraser has completely raided the club, has completely raided Collingwood. As revenge for him getting frozen out in the 2010 final series. Clark's in. Ginnivan's in as well. The Blues have not made the granny since 1999. $2,000. Party is exactly not over. Carlton are in the grand final. Tonight in this prelim, I can smell it. They're going to be partying like they could party like it's 1995 on grand final day. Big win at the Brisbane meeting. Well, party was exactly not over in 2000. And tonight they're going to be partying like it's 1999 when they beat Essendon in the preliminary final. Grand final, they're versing the Crows. Oh no, we got some injury problems. We got no Briggs for the granny. We may as well play Harry Mackay in the ruck for this. Harry Mackay in the ruck for this grand final. He's got the height. We'll play Florent. It's also been 30 years since the Crows last won the premiership. Hollands comes in for the grand final. In the grand final. But hang on, we've got to get to Golly in. Sucks that Briggs is out with an ankle. We've got to sign Brayshaw to go on Dawson. Who will we get the spare role? I reckon Nick Dacos. The Crows are playing O'Brien and McAndrew for the grand final. Let's change the quarters to 7.5 minutes. Probably put Ben King on second ruck duties next to Harry Mackay. To see if this makeshift ruck combination can actually work on grand final day, as unfortunately didn't recruit another ruck. I reckon you'll be like 20 by then, right? I reckon you'll be 20 by then rolls and basically, well, one of the best players in the inclusive league in 2028. With so I reckon Broadview would actually win a flag by then. Probably one or two. So who knows in the First premiership by then in 2027. It might be my Athelston coaches, Zach and Sam, coaching them, with probably training myself up to be a successor. 2028 might be under my own coaching.
Hi everyone, I'm Anthony Hudson. Welcome to Saturday afternoon football. It's great to have you with us at the MCG. The grand final is here at last. This should be a classic between Carlton and Adelaide. It's the best of the best. Winner takes all. A season full of twists and turns comes to its conclusion. Who will be crowned Premier today? The skipper leads his team out onto the field. Daniel Harford is with me. Hello, Harf. What can we expect from this match?
Thanks, Hutto. I've tipped the Blues. They've been the best side all year, and I think they'll have enough in reserve. That said, I wouldn't be surprised to see this one in the balance late.
Thanks for those insights, Harf. The two captains are in the middle. Time for the coin toss. Fresh off 129 goals in 1993 in just his second season, Gun Crow's full forward Tony Modra began 94 in similar fashion against Carlton at Football Park, booting 13 goals and taking 13 marks, leading the Crows to a 66-point win. The man nicknamed Godra by the locals was unstoppable on the way to an equal career best haul. Having been pipped by Gary Ablett Sr. for the 93 Coleman medal, Modra would eventually nab one in 97 with 81 goals. Who lives the dream and who lives the nightmare? O'Brien wins the first hit out. Stripped of the footy. DeMartia. Peatling. That's a useful ball. Fogarty has an opportunity to give them an early lead.
He can put the finishing touch on a fine passage of play.
That is going very close. It's a goal.
He managed to find some space, and he was never going to have a problem converting from there.
The Crows on the board early. The big men fly. DeMartia. Dawson. He ran into a brick wall. No prior, and we'll have a ball up. Rucks go at it. Berry in his natural habitat. Peatling. Rankin. Great body work. What's he got on offer? This might be a chance for the high flyers. Maynard doing what he does best. Dawson closed him down. Squeezes the kick. Misses the target and it's out of play. Gary Lyon is with us. What do you make of this one, Gaz?
Both sides pride themselves on winning contested footy. There'll be no backward steps taken today.
Demartia, Curtin, runs to point-blank range and puts it away.
It gives everyone a shot of confidence when one of your key forwards is able to hit the scoreboard early.
The Crows by 12. Punch clear. Demartia, Berry. He's so clean with the footy. Got to go now. Useful hand pass. There are only two ways you can dispose of it, and he did neither.
I don't know about that. I think the meter was charged.
Hill, that's good work rate. Well-weighted kick. Sarong outbodied his opponent and took a ripper.
This is an opportunity to settle some anxieties and get their teeth into the contest.
He's kicked it like an arrow.
Marks inside 50 and work their weight in gold when you go back and convert the goal.
Good match so far. Punch clear. Berry, Dawson. I felt that one from here. No one able to clear the footy, so we'll have another ball up. Mackay wins the hit out. Cripps, Dacos takes the hand pass.
The Blues would probably like to minimise stoppages and keep the ball in open play as much as they can because their clearance work isn't crash hot at the moment.
Berry, Peatling puts his teammate under the pump. Brayshaw mops that one up. Smith, Ginnivan gets to the front spot. Clever kick. Butters has got off the chain. He will surely make this count.
This deserves a goal. Should be a goal.
Pops it through and scores are level.
An early goal always settles the nerves and boosts your confidence.
The goals are coming thick and fast. This is great to watch. O'Brien slaps it out. Demartia, Dawson, Peatling gives it everything. Wiedering takes a potentially goal-saving mark on the last line of defence. Dacos can keep it moving. Cripps has found some space. Hill, that one was always his. Michelini with the big fist. Ryan, he's drawn a crowd. Their appeals have fallen on deaf ears. Mackay showing his skills. Cripps on the same page as his ruck. Rinse and repeat. O'Brien wins it down. Dawson, Peatling. It's a good old-fashioned gang tackle. There are no easy kicks out there, that's for sure. O'Brien with a deft tap. Berry, Peatling, Saligo. You have to be tough to play this game. Neither side able to clear the footy.
Both sides making their fair share of mistakes. It's just a matter of who can punish the opposition the most.
Demartia, Berry, Peatling. They've worked it well. How's the entry? And we'll have a throw in.
It's been a free-flowing game so far. Both sides would like to better restrict each other's ball movement, though.
O'Brien looking for territory. Dawson, he's set upon. He was trying to beat a path to goal, but he was shut down quickly. O'Brien showing his skills. Berry, it's on the way. Good-looking kick. He's dobbed it.
I feel better now they're in front and getting some reward on the scoreboard.
It's already looking like the grand final we were hoping for. O'Brien with a deft tap. Berry, Dawson. The defence is disorganised. Saad takes an excellent grab. Florence uses the body well. What's he got on offer? Neat little stab kick. Rochelle has got loose. Lowers the eyes. Keen to get the ball moving. Run down, great chase.
That's what happens when you find yourself in two minds.
Just waiting for the right moment to press go. They've opened them up here. Hill clears the area. The fans will be happy to see this. There might have been an argument for a free kick there. O'Brien showing his skills. Berry, DeMartia, Sanders.
Anyway, back we are.
Being rewarded.
Still 6 points in favour of the prize and the granny.
Can't take it. Smith, ever reliable. Brayshaw, that's skillful. Young, met solidly when one tackle just won't do. The umpire will have it. O'Brien smashes it out of there. Berry pounces, looking for 2 in a row. Clark, no easy exit. Ball up, the defenders will need to be on guard. O'Brien with a deft tap. Brayshaw, he's caught.
I reckon the Blues should win the premiership, and also in 1994, Tony Modric kicked 13 against Carlton in round 1. Also, it's looking like a good game so far, everyone.
Well played. Seizes the moment. Young kicks to space. Rochelle, strong grab. Good kick. Hill can run into an open goal. Can he finish it off?
This is what he gets paid to do, kick these goals.
Steadies, delivers, and back they come.
They're after a big game from him today, and that's a great start.
Three goals apiece this term. Good ruck work. Rankin absorbing the pressure. Dawson. Neil Bullen drops into the hole and marks. Here's a big chance. Can he take it? No, he's missed.
Gee, he'd be disappointed with that, but he'll back himself to make amends if he gets a chance.
Dacos tasked with the kick in. Mackay had his name written all over it.
Fun fact for Carlton versus Adelaide. They nearly contested against each other in the 1993 grand final.
That's a useful ball. Sees something
But
he likes. Rochelle has charged into
Andrew
space.
Jarman missed the sitter in the third quarter against Essendon, and
Butters in the clear on
that cost them the
centre
game.
wing.
The Butters ended up winning by 11 points.
Goal. Great play. Young is hard to beat one-on-one. In he goes.
Nothing better than to convert a big contested mark into a goal.
He's the right man to have it, and he's delivered.
He's a damaging player, and they need to make sure they pay him the respect he commands.
The Blues are having a lot of the play and making it count too. Rucks go at it. Solid tackle. That's well played. A good kick here and they'll be in business. Fogarty in the clear. Penetrating ball. Sanders. You wouldn't expect him to have any trouble from there. And he doesn't.
You're limited as a defender when the ball gets swept forward like that. Sometimes there's just not much you can do.
Eight goals between the sides. It's been free-flowing footy. McAndrew with a deft tap. Berry, Rankin, crunching tackle. They're tackling with great intent. McAndrew with a deft tap. Berry, Rankin, Saligo, Peatling. Out of the congestion. Dawson. Here's a chance. Steadies, fires, and misses.
Those are the kinds of opportunities you really need to take.
McDonald goes short with the kick in. Good work rate. Neat little worm burner. Dacos doesn't often waste it. It must be his birthday. The defence has fallen down. Peatling, deep in the pocket, tough angle, goes at goal, and that is an opportunity gone begging.
If they can keep running and taking the game on, there's no reason why they can't create lots of opportunities in front of goal.
The ball's been living at one end. Dawson in a hurry. It's not a fair fight. He couldn't get rid of it. They wanted holding the ball, but nothing doing. McAndrew got his palm to it. Dawson, an opportunity here. He's a smart player, but he hasn't struck that as well as he might have.
28-24 in favour of the Crows.
Their kicking goal is really letting them down.
McDonald to bring it in. Oh no, what's he doing?
This would give them some breathing space.
He's a good set shot, and he's buried that one.
This is exactly what they would have hoped for early in the match. Scoreboard pressure.
The Crows are up and about early. The hit-out differential now sits at 20. Dawson, will the umpire pluck a free kick? They're going nowhere, and we'll have a stoppage near the centre. McAndrew with the tap. Berry, they'll need to limit his influence. Clark wins it back. Great mark. Butters takes a beauty. Rochelle, this is a big opportunity. Ginnivan on a lead.
He'll expect to convert this.
Set sail for goal, but the kick is astray. One behind only.
Some good work to create that shot on goal, but unfortunately, the finish let them down.
Back into play. Quality delivery by foot. Can he hit a target? The Crows having a great patch. An absorbing first term comes to an end. This one looks like it'll be close. Time for some more insights from Gary on the boundary.
The Crows are in fine form in the contest and also on the outside. The runners are complementing the ball winners beautifully, and they are a very well-oiled machine where every player understands and executes their role. Some of their clearance to score work has been sublime.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Gary. Tracy with the tap. Young, Brayshaw. It's a hot footy. He's besieged. They're tackling with venom today. McAndrew. This is getting monotonous. DeMartia, Berry, Rankin, Saligo, Fogarty. That's a big play. It looks a well-oiled forward line.
I reckon someone got caught ball watching then. You've got to be switched on at all times.
This for 3 on the trot, and he steers it through.
The Crows are building on their impressive first quarter. They've got their tails right up.
They've got their tails up now. McAndrew, he is simply too good. Rankin, Berry, he's run into trouble. Gets the kick away. Cumming, needs to be quick. Hasn't seen a lot of it. And inside 50 goes begging. Can he be the fire starter? Butters on centre wing is marked. Young, Key, got a fist in. King, he's gone. Dacos, Hill getting involved. Goes goalward, and he's off target.
That passage of play deserved a better finish.
Laird brings it back in. The kick is precise. Probing ball. Berry with a chance to relieve the pressure. Saligo can keep it moving. Peatling has found some space. Good thinking and good execution too. He's hit up the lead. Berry. Saligo. What can he do with it? If he thought he was getting away, he was sadly mistaken. Was that a legitimate attempt to get it out? The ump gives him the benefit of the doubt. DeMartia, Berry, Saligo, O'Brien. This deserves a goal. It's a poor entry. A waste, really. Sarong pushes into space and receives the footy. Honours the lead. Whatever he's suffering from, it's not leather poisoning. King, he makes it look easy. Goes long. Rochelle outbodied his opponent and took a ripper.
Can he deliver? Yeah, back him more often than not.
Drop pass, goal!
It's always good for the confidence to see that first shot go straight through.
This is a pulsating grand final. Hope you're loving it at home. Rankin under pressure. DeMartia takes the hand pass. Kicks inside the forward 50. Neil Bullen Wiedering with the big fist. It's a desperate tackle. You asked for it. You got it. They've bottled it up. O'Brien has had his measure today. Berry. We've got another stoppage. O'Brien, just for something different. Berry doing the grunt work. Sloppy disposal, and we'll have a throw in. Tracy showing his skills. Fogarty couldn't burst through. The Blues have won it back.
Carlton would be,
They've put themselves under pressure.
we'd be well in front by now if we still had Kieran Briggs playing in that game, but he was injured.
Dacos tasked with the kick in. Butters makes position. Searching kick. The Blues are out of trouble. He struggled to make an impact to this
Riley,
point.
if you're still watching this, sorry I didn't get the chance to talk after the Modra 13 goal bit because I was busy helping out with a few chores around the house.
The crowd will tell the story.
Hammers it home.
Marks inside 50 are worth their weight in gold when you go back and convert the goal.
They've pegged them back nicely. This is an entertaining match. O'Brien, it's a masterclass in ruck work. Rankin, Berry, DeMartia, they cannot keep him quiet. Dacos tries to spike it out of the danger zone. Delivers to centre half forward. Smith, they have absolutely spifflicated him. The umpire whistles for a ball up. Tracy, the winner there. Cripps, Brayshaw, handballs it to nobody. Clean pickup to no one in particular. Peatling in the centre square. He's everywhere at the moment. The kick was misdirected. A chance to clear now. Cripps working hard and being rewarded. Hill has charged into space. Who's front and centre? Dacos throws it on the boot. This is good ball movement. They're moving the footy quickly. Degoe got to the right position and hung on.
They'll be back in front if he can nail it.
Heads towards goal, but the kick is astray. A minor score.
Missed one he should have got and let him off the hook.
Laird to bring it in. That's well played. Doesn't often waste it. Saligo in the clear. He's got an option in the centre square. Dean needing support. He's stopped in his tracks. The Crows won't mind this. They've smashed them in the clearances. McAndrew, it's been a mighty performance. Berry There was no way past that tackle, and we'll have another stoppage. McAndrew is giving him a bath. Berry, Anderson, Smith navigated the traffic. Cripps panicked under pressure. Laird runs onto it. Clever kick. Tracy clears the area. A quick getaway wasn't possible. Moving the footy laterally. Peatling. Degoe intercepts on centre wing. What's he got on offer? Rochelle has got loose. Looking to hit up the short option. Hill can just about finish it himself. That might have been dropping the ball. Butters has it within range.
I'll back him to drive this right through the high diddle-diddle.
It's on the way. Good-looking kick. He's dobbed it.
He had the opportunity to put them in front. That's exactly what he's done. Lovely finish.
The Blues with their noses in front. McAndrew wins it out of the centre. Rankin, DeMartia, Saligo, Berry had some assistance. Peatling. Maynard takes a potentially goal-saving mark on the last line of defence. That's a good option, and this looks promising. Cripps squeezes the kick. Dacos in the centre square. Butters can get it and go. Sarong punched away. Rochelle with half a chance. They're fighting tooth and nail not to give up a goal. They're tackling with great intent. McAndrew with the tap. DeMartia. Saligo. Can he impose himself on the match? Fogarty all alone in the centre square. Neil Bullen dangerous to leave on his own. Sanders is hard to beat one-on-one. Just needs an accurate kick now.
To put them back in front.
Can he give them the lead? No, he can't.
Not a gimme goal, but probably should have been kicked nevertheless.
He's off. The Blues are red hot at the moment. Good work rate. Finds himself in space. They're moving the footy well here. That's a useful ball. Rochelle works hard to present. Normally delivers. Peatling heads them off at the pass. Well-weighted kick. Fogarty closed him down. They might be a little unlucky not to be rewarded. It was a fine tackle. McAndrew got his palm to it. Berry, Rankin. This will be touch and go. The Blues have a chance to push back now. Can he hit a target? Peatling. An unexpected opportunity here.
He's covering so much territory with that elite work ethic. He's arguably best on ground at this stage.
He'll head for home. How's his radar? Pretty poor as it turns out. That's skillful. Clark on a lead. Waiting for someone to come at him. Laird wins it back. Great mark.
This for yet another lead change.
He can put them in front. Sadly, he's astray.
They're missing some opportunities and it could really come back to bite.
Taking no risks with the kick in. Smith all on his own. Tidy ball. Florence, that's good work rate. The Crows have denied them the corridor. Rochelle with a chance to run. Punched that like he meant it. No easy exit. Keeps it low. The sprint is on. This needs to come back, but it's not coming back enough.
Gee, he'd be disappointed with that, but he'll back himself to make amends if he gets a chance.
That'll do us for the first half. We turn with just 3 points separating the sides. Gary's with us again. What's on your mind, Gaz?
The Blues have found a way to be in front despite losing some key statistical categories, notably clearances and inside 50s. If they can get on top in those areas, they'll be very, very difficult to beat. Their forwards are very capable of kicking winning scores even without huge supply.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Gary.
In the 2028 inclusive league season in his what if. There's it. Board view, they'd won their second straight premiership. Beating.
He's not one
I
to take
think
a
they beat
backward
T3 Gull. I reckon they beat Goodwood Saints in the grand final.
Can send them into attack. Inside
After the first one, they end up beating T3 Gully.
Is a rock in defence. That's good vision. The Blues might be in a spot of bother. They're in front, are they? No, not yet anyway.
The Blues have got to be a bit sharper in defence. They're fortunate they weren't punished on that occasion.
The ball's been living at one end. Honours the lead. Lowers the eyes. DeGoey with a chance to relieve the pressure. Good kick. DiMattia making his claim for the Golden Fist Award. Crunching tackle. They want ball, but they're not going to get it. McAndrew gets his hand to it. Berry, Rankin in the right spot. Stripped of the footy. Kicks to space. Laird doing what he does best. Hill. It's not a fair fight. The umpire will have it. McAndrew palms it down. Dawson, Sanders. It's hard to work out what they're trying to do here. Which way will it bounce? He's gone. Manages to get off a handball. Laird. Curtin outbodied his opponent and took a ripper. They've got a problem now. Searching kick. Saad showing why he's such a good defender. His field kicking is normally first rate. Maynard has found some space. Spud Frawley would have loved that one. Brayshaw in no man's land. He's besieged. They're tackling with venom today. McAndrew gets his hand to it. Berry, Rankin. Good disciplined defence and out of play.
The Blues are losing the clearances, but they're still in front on the scoreboard. They can start winning more clearances. Look out.
Tracy with a deft tap. Rankin, DiMattia running in support. Fogarty, big opportunity here. He puts it away, and they're 6 points richer.
2 scoring shots, 2 goals. He'll be happy with that.
So the underdogs throwing down the gauntlet. You can see their belief growing. Berry, good tackle. A bit of a panicked handball. Taken to ground. No one able to clear the footy, so we'll have another ball up. McAndrew could do this with his eyes closed. Cripps farms it out. That sloppy play, and it could come back to bite. The kick was centimetre perfect. Not wanting to bomb to a contest. It looks a well-oiled forward line. Fogarty, he's put it through.
If they can get up ahead of steam, they'll be hard to stop. That was a terrific passage of play, culminating in a great goal.
The Crows are really taking it to them today. They might as well not have a run. Berry, will the umpire pluck a free kick? Sloppy disposal and a turnover. King, stripped of it. Sarong, Anderson. Cripps, he's been accosted. The fans will be happy to see this. The umpire says he had no prior. Tracy, he's been beaten, but he had a win there. Cripps is cool under pressure. He had prior opportunity.
He's not hiding his annoyance, but I think he's more upset with himself than with the umpire.
They've opened them up here. Doesn't often waste it. Dean, we've seen that before. Neat little worm burner. DiMattia cops some unwanted attention. Great tackling technique there. McAndrew continues to have his way. Rankin hacking it forward. Wiedering continues to be a thorn in their side. Sarong can keep it moving. He hasn't been himself today. The kick was ill-directed. Attracted a crowd. It would be a hard umpire who would ping him for that. O'Brien, this is getting monotonous. Rankin, Berry, Peatling, almost threw it out. They cannot keep him quiet. Florence, met solidly. He's kicked it the wrong way. Saad, the kick is precise. Wiedering, big ball to be won here. Ryan, got a fist in. Michelini, who's at home? Neil Bullen, that one was always his.
A question of accuracy, and he should be able to answer in the affirmative.
Drop punt, and he has put it away.
The Blues must respond. They've copped up 3 in a row.
The Crows have opened up a break. We thought this would be a good duel in the ruck. Rankin. They're going nowhere and will have a stoppage near the centre. O'Brien is teaching him a lesson. Dawson, Peatling. Wasn't a great kick. They've turned it over. He's hit up the lead. Brayshaw, slick hands. Smith has the ping. It won't be a goal. He's off target.
Seemed like the defenders got a bit lost there, and they were lucky not to give up a goal.
Looking for a quick transition. Good thinking and good execution too. You can see their confidence growing. Quality delivery by foot. The Blues forcing them out wide. Berry, dangerous to leave on his own. Picking their way through. Fogarty got to the right position and hung on. Peatling, he's caught. The Crows won't mind this. They've smashed them in the clearances. O'Brien, he's worth his weight in gold. Turned over. Peatling. He hasn't kicked it very well. Wiedering with the big fist. It's a tough game. Curtin. Dacos. Didn't need to be asked twice. Dean. Saad. Maynard. That's a useful ball. Butters has a vice-like grip. Chips to halfback. The Blues are out of trouble. They're moving the footy well here. Normally delivers. Rochelle in the clear on centre wing. Well-weighted kick. The Sharon hits the deck. When one tackle just won't do. We've got a whistle. Umpire's ball. O'Brien has had his measure today. Dawson out of the congestion. That's a bit of a waste. That one was not open to interpretation.
He's having a word with the umpire, and he may just have a point.
Ryan is proving hard to pass. O'Brien. The umpire whistles for a ball up. O'Brien has been dominant in the ruck. Dawson, what can he do with it? DeMartia, that's well played. The Crows can build something here. Curtin, strong grab. Neil Bullen on a lead. Fogarty, he's had little impact so far. Saar picks off the pass. He's generally a good kick. Maynard, all on his own. Clark works hard to present. He might have thought about the corridor. Well played. Tidy ball. Spent what he didn't have. If he thought he was getting away, he was sadly mistaken. Dean with another spoil. He just dropped it. DeMartia. The lift door's closed on him and he's gone.
You've got to be quicker than that.
Can they keep the footy this time? Clark has charged into space. I've liked his game today. Smith might fancy himself here. Heads for the pocket. Worrell goes laterally. It's been paid. I think they prefer you to kick it to the opposition.
Harsh in the eyes of some, but I think it's a fair call. It's one of those ones that should be kicked. It's amazing how often players miss them.
That's not going to come back. It wasn't his best effort.
Well, I had him kicking it out in the full from there, so not a bad result.
Laird to bring it in. Curtin with a chance to run. Can he find a teammate? Stocker in the clear. Peatling makes position. That's got to be a free kick. Took them on and didn't dispose of it correctly. He could have blazed away, but he's done the team thing.
The crowd will tell the story.
The assignment is simple, and he makes no mistake.
Well, if you give him room inside 50, you'll pay more often than not.
That was a huge goal in the shadows of three-quarter time. O'Brien with the tap. Rankin, Berry. Maynard is racking up spoils. It's a good old-fashioned gang tackle. And we will do it all again. O'Brien, it's a masterclass in ruck work. Berry, Peatling, couldn't get an effective disposal. Who was he aiming for? Mackay, fighting hard, gets the kick away. Hill, he sends them inside for the fourth time. Worrell tries to spike it out of the danger zone. They're tackling with great intent. O'Brien wins the tap. Berry, Rankin, Peatling. The Blues have denied them the corridor. Fogarty, his field kicking is normally first rate. Who's got the wheels? We turn for home with an upset well and truly on the cards. Can these spirited underdogs hold on? Time to check in with Gary.
A grand final in the balance at three-quarter time. Exactly what we hoped for. We analyse statistics and game plans a great deal, of course, but to some extent that goes out the window now because it really becomes about finding one last huge effort, no matter how exhausted you might be feeling.
Thanks, Gary, as we get going again. Same old, same old. Brayshaw, solid tackle. They asked the question, but the umpire will have it. O'Brien, just for something different. Dawson, Berry, DiMattia, under pressure. Manages to find a teammate. Fogarty has found some space. They've got them on the overlap. That's a strong mark. Can he finish it off?
He's batting at 100% so far.
Needs it to bend back, but it's not going to.
Gee, he'd be disappointed with that, but he'll back himself to make amends if he gets a chance.
McDonald with the footy. King presents in space. Takes the safe option. Good work rate. Conservative kick. The Blues moving the ball well. Sees something he likes. What can they generate? Miller can't mark. No way through there, and they'll reset. Cripps, a rare win. Anderson, he's lost it. Peatling. It's a hot footy. Clever kick. DiMattia. Penetrating ball. Wiedering, showing why he's such a good defender. That's skillful. Hill marks in the back pocket. A chance to clear now. Dawson just shoveled it out. Berry, so influential today. Anderson, Young, throws it on the boot. Smith runs onto it. I don't think he'll remonstrate over that one. Searching kick. This is good ball movement. Smith can run and carry. Can he hit a target? Some of the delivery has left a bit to be desired. Miller can keep it moving. Doesn't often waste it. Smith clears the area. He's stopped in his tracks. Tumbles a punt towards the boundary line. They cannot keep him quiet. Neil Bullen working hard and presenting well. Short pass looks good. Curtin blasts away, and that's out on the full.
He knew where it was going the moment it left his boot.
Honours the lead. Careful with the kick. Michelini intercepts on centre wing. Peatling has found some space. Curtin. Florence doing what he does best. Throw in deep in the pocket.
The Blues simply have to find a way to get the ball inside 50 more often here.
McAndrew could do this with his eyes closed. Dacos, and that's a letdown. What's he got on offer? Time for the Crummers to go to work. Brayshaw, he ran into a brick wall. Yes, it had to be a free kick. The rules don't allow you to do that anymore.
Well, he tried to donate 1 point, and instead he's donated 6. Only in Australia could you get taxed 500%.
As simple as it gets. The Crows have the first of the last quarter. McAndrew has rucked tight. Tirelessly taken to ground. The Blues will have one eye on the clock. Tracy looking for territory. Berry. Who can run onto this and pump it forward? Knew the tackle was coming. He just keeps racking up disposals. Anderson desperate to win it back. Kicks to space. That play should have resulted in a shot at goal. Normally delivers. No one can mark. DiMattia. This will be his 5th inside 50. Wiedering tries a safe ball. Clark attracted a crowd. Whatever he's suffering from, it's not leather poisoning. Can he be the fire starter? King is hard to beat one-on-one. Well-weighted kick. McAndrew wins it back. Great mark. They're playing with purpose and poise. Saligo, dangerous to leave on his own. Michelini.
Why McAndrew's playing well, maybe we'll have to trade for him at the end of 2020 if we finish runners up.
But not the person who matters. McAndrew, he is simply too good. Brayshaw, he's hurried the kick, it's a poor one. Sanders takes the mark and can extend the margin.
He hasn't done a lot today, but he's still done some good things.
Set sail for home, and he has delivered.
I'm not going to say they're safe yet, but they'd have to do a lot wrong to get rolled from here.
The Crows can sense it now. They're almost there. The two big men do battle. Brayshaw, Smith. That didn't travel far enough. He's normally good on his non-preferred. Can't afford to give it back in the corridor. DeMartia. Dawson rolling the sleeves up. Towards the goal mouth. Wiedering making his claim for the Golden Fist Award. Saad, Clark, the Blues under great pressure. Wiedering, the clock is the enemy now. Young, that's good work rate. Neat little worm burner. Hill works hard to present. Dacos on a lead. What's he got on offer? Probing ball. Clark in the clear on centre wing. Lowers the eyes. Dacos pushes into space and receives the footy. They've picked their way through. Worrell went bang, and they see it out.
What are your thoughts, Gary?
Defenders have to be totally focused. Any lapse in concentration is likely to be punished.
They might as well not have a run. Smith. They sorely need a goal, and he delivers.
Well, he saw the opening and put it away. Makes a real difference if you can consistently take those kinds of opportunities.
If they can get the next one, it'll be on. McAndrew. This is getting monotonous. Gets his kick despite the heat. Ball spills free in the tackle. Neil Bullen. He's not one to take a backward step. Florence, ever reliable. Can he find a teammate? Sarong wins the contest hands down. He doesn't waste many. He's run into trouble. I've liked his game today. Berry. He'd have paid it to himself. Michelani. They're moving the footy quickly. Florence makes good contact. You asked for it. You got it. There might have been an argument for a free kick there. McAndrew is giving him a bath. Clark, Smith, a bit of a panicked handball. Dacos, it's a tough game. What can they build here? Sarong takes an excellent grab. Tidy ball. Ryan, they must be sick of the sight of that. Attracted a crowd. The Crows won't mind this. They've smashed them in the clearances. McAndrew has been dominant in the ruck. Clark, Smith, Tracy. Who's front and centre? Cripps puts his head over it. Heads for the pocket. The kick's astray and out of bounds.
The Blues might be better served with a more defensive midfield strategy given the dominance of the opposing ruck.
O'Brien, he's worth his weight in gold. Dawson, they're fighting tooth and nail not to give up a goal. Sloppy disposal, and we'll have a throw-in.
The Crows have had considerably more ball. In fact, you could argue they should be further in front.
Tracy palms it down. Berry, Rankin, he's generally a good kick. Quality delivery by foot. What's he got on offer? Their ball movement has been impressive. Well played. Fogarty, O'Brien, Sanders. The defence is disorganised. Big shove there, has to be a free. Pokes it into the pocket. Dawson, that's a big play. Open goal beckons.
His radar has deserted him so far. You can forgive him for feeling nervous.
He's missed the soda.
The equivalent of dropping a dolly of a catch in cricket. No good.
Dacos brings it back in. Rochelle has charged into space. Sizes up what's ahead. Dacos with a chance to run. That's a useful ball. They're moving the footy well here. Ignoring the corridor for now. No time like the present. The kick was centimetre perfect. Not wanting to bomb to a contest. DeGoey can just about finish it himself. Cripps drops into the hole and marks.
The crowd will tell the story.
He's a quality finisher, and that's more evidence.
Their efficiency in front of the sticks has arguably kept them in this game.
The Crows will be feeling pretty tight right about now. O'Brien wins it out of the centre. Berry, might be time for one more score here. It's almost a shame to see this match approach its conclusion. It's been exhilarating. O'Brien, it's a masterclass in ruck work. Rankin, what can he do with it? It's a bit of a stoppage fest at present. O'Brien continues to have his way. That's not a mark. Momentum has changed colours. The Blues having a great patch. Good penetration on the kick. It's a poor inside 50. Kicks laterally.
And we go again one more year.
It's all over. After a long, hard season.
The Crows have won in 2028. The problem was we didn't have a ruckman. We didn't have a quality ruckman.
What are the main takeaways from that one, Huff?
What a game of football.
I think our ruck problem basically, our ruck work basically killed us that grand final. We go again one more year. We need to get some insurance ruckman. It's so at the end of the season. Well, if you're still watching this, Riley, looks like Riley Knight has retired from Woodville West Torrens. Lockie Coward and Frankie Evans have been delisted from Carlton. We'll give Sard one more year, Jimmy one more year. Any rucks available in free agency? How about Jordan Sweet? Give me a great addition next to Briggs when he returns from injury. We'll give Jordan Jordan Sweet a 7-year deal to come to Carlton. Coming across from the Power. I think the Mackay brothers look like they're done for. Still deal with Essendon. We'll send the Mackay brothers over to the Bombers, along with a future second and a future third. Just to get a future second. Now for Adelaide, we'll probably swap future firsts. Well, Curtin ended up going to the Dogs in return for Josh Dolan. Oh, they lost. They lost the grand final because of the lack of ruckman. The lack of ruckman actually did kill us at the end. And so Carlton are actually addressing the situation, bringing in Jordan Sweet and Lockie McAndrew to add some much-needed ruck depth for the Blues as they go again one more year. Let's go to check to see where Phil Thorpe is these days. Phil Thorpe's gone to the Dogs. That's weird. Riley Phil Thorpe gone to the Bulldogs. I reckon. We'll also send Brody Camp over to the Dogs just to get Riley Philthorpe to come to Carlton. Seems like an endgame signing for the Baggers. How about could get Worrell too? I reckon Phil Thorpe heading to a second Victorian club. Swapping future seconds for Josh Worrell heading to Carlton as well. Kind of doing a bit of shopping from the reigning premiers. Sending a depressed Ollie Hollins over to Fremantle for pick 11. We're not going to have a draft pick anyway. I reckon so. I reckon Josh Worrell will probably find a way back to Melbourne at one point. So maybe Phil Thorpe. And I reckon Luke Jackson. I reckon he could have some key forward depth and done. Who else do we send to the Dockers? I'm thinking maybe... We'll probably more so also send Cooper Hines and Caden Cleary to the Dockers. Look at that. Carlton have actually addressed their ruck depth with Jackson, Sweet, McAndrew. We need to get another key defender. Mount already got another key back. I reckon he'll still be at Woodville West Torrens in 2029, Jack Hayes. I reckon we'll could actually sign Sandy Brock. The key defensive depth just to replace Ben McKay. His brother Nick, I reckon he'll still be at Woodville West Torrens even now, 35 years old. By then. Denver Granger Barras, I reckon he might end up at Woodville West Torrens by then. Probably of Hawthorn. Simulating through the draft and the rookie draft. As we'll actually get Redshaw, Connor Redshaw. In the rookie draft. We are not making the same mistake of not picking a ruckman again for the grand final. Matt Rowell now wear number 2 for Carlton, similar number to Diesel Williams. Jordan Sweet, he'll wear 44. Phil Thorpe to wear maybe number 11. We'd have to give it number 4. Brayshaw can wear 17. We'll give 25 to Ben King. Luke Jackson to wear number 6, his old Melbourne number. Worrell 26. Brock 36. Phil Thorpe to wear 4. McAndrew to wear 10. We'll give Jimmy number 1. Bergman to wear 12. Reason why I decided to get Phil Thorpe number 4 in this rebuild for Carlton just because of his SA background, and he was... And, well, he kind of does have a bit of Stephen Canahan about him. Now we're simming through to May 2029. Let's see if these changes are actually working for Fraser's Blues. They could spell another crack at the Premiership. They're running away with the league right now. They're running away with it. We get Finn Davis and Jake Bowie in the mid-season draft. We're moving on to walk. We just beat Melbourne. We got revenge against Adelaide. Win. Could we go unbeaten? Could the Blues go unbeaten in 2029? Well, the streak ended at the hands of Sydney. Final round against Fremantle, 63. Easy win. I reckon Max Beattie will be back at Woodville West Torrens by then after his stint at Hawthorn. Carlton by 2 points in the qualifying final against the Crows. Prelim final day, we're versing Freo. Oh, well, at least we got some rucks, which is good. Rouse playing. Look at that, the Blues are actually playing the Free-Headed Monsters. Come on. Still can't win a premiership. It's the injuries that killed us once again. What do we need to do? Certainly does. We've got to send Cripps off of a premiership before he retires. I reckon Saad's pretty much finished up. He's pretty much close to retirement. And so we've... 3 period time. Keane's at North Melbourne now. Yep, still no premiership. Good. Doing our best to address the situation. We'll send Florent, Chera, Florent, Burn, pick 37 and off. The picks 5 and 8. But we'll send pick 8 for Kane. For Mark Kane, another former Pie. Finno Sullivan. But we'll send Adam Chera to the Rose. Hey.